Yes, ma'am.
So, very good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon. I am fine, and thanks for asking, ma'am. And what about you, ma'am?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for connecting with me. And as we are meeting for the very first time, I would like to know more about you, and then we will dive into the conversation.
Yes, 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 ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Hemant Nayak, and I am from Madhya Pradesh. I work in Madhya Pradesh Police as a sub-inspector. My native district is Tikamgarh, uh, uh, part of Bundelkhand. So
Okay.
my native language is Bundelkhandi, and right now I am working in district Balaghat. I have a good, beautiful family. They live in my native place, and I live here alone due to my job. If I
Okay.
talk about my hobbies, ma'am, as I mentioned earlier, I am a working professional, so I have no much time to do other activities. So right now, I have only two type of work. First one is my service, and the second is I want to engage as much as possible in English speaking because I want to improve myself. I want to improve my English speaking skills. Anyhow, condition. So I am here, man. That's all about me, man. And thanks for giving me this great opportunity. Thank you, man.
Okay, now I would like to say something. When I saw your message yesterday, and I had seen the profile picture, it was like in the inspector uniform. So I was thinking why he wants to connect with me. Is he a YouTuber or like he's wearing uniform? He must be working like as an inspector or like in the police department. So are you also a YouTuber? I want to ask you.
Uh, Ma'am, recently I created my YouTube channel on 4th October because someone suggested me. Uh, uh, Actually, ma'am, I have been working on my English speaking skills uh, for last 3 months on camera. So
Okay.
someone suggested me if I want to improve myself, I have to interact as much as possible with strangers or trainers as well. So I created my YouTube channel which name is FCV English. Uh,
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
No, so I think he suggested you the great thing because we need to connect with real people if you want to improve our conversation or English speaking skills. Because sometimes when we are alone, we can speak. We are even comfortable while speaking with our family members. But the main problem arise when we speak with strangers, like the people
Yes,
we
ma'am.
really do not know them. So that time, we started feeling hesitation. So I think it is the great way that if you want to enhance your English, you should connect to the engaged in the conversation with real people. So you're doing great. And yes, you need my introduction as well.
Yes, ma'am. I know something about you because I have watched many videos of you. But this is good for me or my viewers as well. So
Okay.
please introduce yourself. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So my name is Karishma. I was born and brought up in Delhi. And presently, I'm talking to you from Gurgaon because after marriage, we have shifted here. I'm mother of two beautiful children. I'm an advocate by profession. And I am also having this YouTube channel. From last 2 years, I have been working very passionately because I love create videos and talking with other people. That's all about me.
Yes, ma'am. I heard and I watched also your many videos because uh, since when I started my English journey, uh, I heard this thing by many channels or YouTubers as well. When anyone start his English journey, they should work on four type of modules in English speaking journey. But at the moment I started my English journey, I realized this thing and I felt this thing. Uh, uh, this is not possible at the same time to work on four type of modules like listening, speaking, reading, or writing. But so I decided I have to listen and watch only this type of particular or specific videos which I feel comfortable to learn or comfortable to understand particular subject or things whatever they discuss about with standards. So I started watching your video, and I also right now I listen many YouTubers uh, from this I feel comfortable. So I watch many videos, you man.
Okay, so now I have an interesting question for you. Like the
Yes, ma'am.
moment you started your journey, you were able to speak that time. Like you said, you were practicing in front of camera from last 3 months, right? So like
Yes,
three
ma'am.
months ago, could you speak English that time?
No, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, you know very well. I think we are belong same places. It's called North India because I am Madhya Pradesh. I am from Madhya Pradesh, and you live in Gurgaon. So these are same place. So my native language is Bundelkhandi or Hindi. Even I belong to a village area, so my I used to speak Bundelkhandi when I was a student or when I was studying in my academy. Uh, but at the moment, I joined Madhya Pradesh Police as a constable in 2003. When I interacted my officers, my seniors that time, even that time, I learned in great way Hindi. So there is no need, and I never felt this thing. There is a need for English speaking skills in my department because everyone everyone use Hindi language in my uh, social environment or my official environment. So um, I I never I never spoke in English before 3 months, and I didn't able to speak even single sentence in English before 25th July.
Oh my God, it's incredible. Like within 3 months, you're able to speak. It's such a great achievement, I would say, because 3 months is just nothing. It's just like very less period. And if you're saying that 3 months ago you couldn't speak anything and now
Yes,
you are able to communicate me. However, you're not that fluent. I cannot say that you are speaking fluently. You are speaking slowly and mindfully, and that is also important while you're communicating, because when you speak mindfully, consciously, most of the time there are chances that you are not going to make any mistake. So I think you should start like that. But yes, 3 months, in 3 months you are able to communicate. I can say that, right? So now tell me,
yes.
what strategy you have followed?
Uh, yes, ma'am. Actually, uh, when I started my English speaking journey, uh, actually I have been watching English content or listening English content for last 1 year. But when I started listening or watching English content, that time I couldn't capable to speak a single word. But I listened many English content for last 1 year. After
Okay.
that one day, after that one day, I decided this is not enough for me. If I want to improve myself, I have to join many people or trainers, and start I have to start speak, because I think this is the first way to learn English speaking skills. So I started on 20 last 25th July, and right now I am also uh, I right now I am also engaged as much as possible. Whenever I get time, I feel free. Um, uh, I always engage me with English speaking. Yeah, it may be English content by video or audio, but I um, but I attend a session for listening or watching.
That's amazing. That's amazing. It's incredible. And you know what? I always say this thing in my video, that if you really want to speak English, you should more focus on listening and speaking. Listening is the first thing, and which is very necessary. Sometimes people thought that if we start speaking, listening doesn't matter, but listening is the primary part of your whole journey. As you said that you have been listening from last 1 year, what actually happened when we start listening to other content? Inside, we understand like how to speak. We are, if listening carefully, we are observing other person, how he is speaking, what are the structures he is using. we automatically capable to understand them. And when we start trying speaking after a few months, it is automatically come from your mouth because you were very habitual of listening these same kinds of things from last few months. So listening plays an important role while it comes to enhance spoken English. And then speaking, obviously, if you want to speak, you have to start speaking as well. So you started like 3 months ago, and now I can see there's a great difference. If you're saying that you couldn't speak 3 months ago and you started speaking now, so I would say like it's a great achievement. But sir, I would like to ask you one more thing. Like, how do you manage like your job? You're a sub inspector, and like along with that, you're managing your YouTube channel. You're talking with everyone. Like how how you're managing?
Actually, ma'am, I mentioned this thing in my introduction. I live here alone without my family. My family live in my native place. So,
Yes.
and my work is 24 into 7 hours. So I have to present in my police station uh, even approx midnight because I go to my police station every day approx 10 to 11 a.m. and I work over there because I have to tackle many people on daily basis and I have to do my official work as well like pendency criminal crime cases. So I have no much time to I have no much time to spend in my at my home. So when I stay at my police station, if I get even 15 to 20 minutes, I try to connect stranger or I try to reach or watch some English content. So whenever I feel free, that time uh, I do work only on my English skills. I don't do any other thing, and I don't do. I have no interest in any other activities because right now I have only one motive. Anyhow, condition I want to become a fluent speaker.
That's amazing. You seems to be a passionate person. Like you're very much passionate into learning English, and this is why you are, putting so much of efforts into that. Now I want to ask you one another question. This will be my last question. After that, you can ask me anything. So my
Yes, ma'am.
question is like, do you get leave from your work when it comes to celebration and festival? Like, don't you feel alone if you don't get leave?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, there is no much room to get leave because I think police service is not only job. This is service. So when I joined Madhya Pradesh Police, that was it my desire, not compulsion. And I come here by my desire. So if anyone want to serve for our country or our nation, I think this is very little thing, and I never think about it. But this is my duty also to for my family. My family have many wishes. So whenever I get time, but this is not possible any occasion like Diwali, Holi,
Yeah.
these days are very crucial for any police officer. So I have no time on any occasion, but after occasion after festival, I take leave and I go my home. And when I go to my home and then I engage with my family, that time I never think anything like English journey, like police job. I never think. I don't think anything. I spend my whole time with my family.
That's amazing. I can understand your emotions, like how a person can feel like whole India celebrating one festival and police officers are on their duty. So like they cannot even meet their family at that time. So I can understand that. I cannot even imagine a day without my family and you are serving, like you're living without your family. So it's very difficult and very difficult. I have no words for that. So yeah, now you can ask me anything if you want to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I always feel proud myself, and I enjoy every occasion with people. Those are live in my police station area because right now I'm working as a station house officer. So I always enjoy. I will always enjoy my service, and I never feel nervous, and I never feel any other thing because this is my duty, man. Duty, man. So, ma'am, I have only two or three questions only. because I don't have much knowledge about English speaking, but whatever I felt in my English speaking journey, because I felt this thing during my English journey, many people also want to learn English speaking skills, but they don't know from where and how they can start English speaking skills. This is very big task because I heard and I watched many videos there. Many tutors or YouTubers say this thing. If anyone want to improve himself, uh, they should start four modules. But I also mentioned this thing. This is not possible at the same time. So, uh, uh, how start any beginners who want to learn English speaking skills? Please suggest me because I also this thing also will be fruitful to me.
Okay. I would like to tell you honestly this thing, like from where I have started. When I have this desire of learning English, I started learning grammar first. For few months, I was mugging up in the grammar. Unfortunately, it was not working for me. I quit that. And then I moved myself into listening. Listening does not really mean that you should start playing a video, the intermediate level video, and you are listening even though you're not understanding. Because you're a beginner, you suppose not to understand everything at first go. So what you can do is what I did. I started with the videos, short videos, where I'm learning the vocabulary of a household, like household vocabulary, like what do we call this, what do we call that. First of all, I make a proper strong knowledge of words, like basic words which are very necessary to speak. If you don't know basic words, how you are going to form a sentence? So you should know everything around you in English, like what do we call this, what do we call that. We should know that. After that, I started listening daily used English sentences, Hindi to English translation. Many people say or tutors say that you should avoid these kinds of translation and you should not indulge into that. But I am telling you honestly that I have started with that only because my listening power is not that strong. That time I was at the same time I was not able to understand everything properly. So I thought of let me understand few structures, like how the basic structures are formed. For that reason, I started listening those Hindi to English translation for a few months, like 1 or 2 months. I used to listen that only, continuously whole day. And after that, I found that I was able to create sentences after even listening those videos. Then I move into the basic conversational videos. 15-20 minutes conversational video, they are very helpful. After conversation, I move to the single solo videos of great speakers, Sudha Murthy, and there is this Baba. I have 2 to 3 Babas in my subscription, and I used to listen them because when they are speaking, they talk about spiritual things. So I come to know about different vocabulary words which are also necessary for overall improvements. And this is how my journey has begun, and now I'm able to speak. I can say I'm speaking fluently, but at the same time still there's a room for improvement, and I'm still working on my skills. I just want to improve myself to the advanced level. But yes, this is how I've started learning English. So this is, I think, this can be work for everyone.
Yes, ma'am. I completely agree with you because I heard this thing. When anyone start English speaking journey, and if they watch English movie, they listen English songs. I think this is not good in initial stage because many because our beginners have no more idea to idioms or phrases as well,
Yes.
and I think intermediate or advanced level speaker uh, use idioms or phrases. So because I felt ma'am this thing in my initial days. So my second question is, ma'am, uh, every field, I think every field have different terminology. This is very big issue because when we think for English, start English speaking journey, I think everyone think this thing. There are many birds in entire world or entire seeds. So how can we learn this too much vocab in my English journey? So what is the proper way? to learn vocab or a proper way to pronunciation, ma'am. Please,
Pronunciation.
yes, ma'am.
See, listening can only help you in pronouncing few words correctly. But yes, one condition is there that you have to listen only those people who are good at their pronunciation. If someone is from village or maybe he's speaking fluent English, but at the same time he's not good at pronouncing such words. So you should not focus into that. If you keep listening these kinds of content, your pronunciation will be like that after some time. So it would always be better to listen to the good speakers. I am not saying that like everyone is perfect. No one is perfect on this earth. Even good speakers or native speakers, they also make some mistakes sometimes in even in pronouncing some words. It doesn't mean that you should not listen to them, but I am saying those people who are not speaking basic words correctly, you should not watch them. If your motive is to improve your English or pronounce correctly. And pronunciation plays an important role while it comes to learning English. Until you pronounce words correctly, the other person is not able to understand you. Maybe in India he'll understand you, but if you're going to have conversation with some native speakers, 100% he is going to get confused with your pronunciation. So it is always advisable that we should always focus on a pronunciation too when we are learning English. Because if you keep focusing this aspect from the beginning, then at the level when you will be fluent, you will not find any difficulty. You will be good with your pronunciation at that time. So I think listening can help you in this.
Yes, ma'am. My last question is, ma'am. So, please give me uh, a little feedback about my English speaking or my journey, and what should I do for improve my English speaking skills, ma'am?
Okay, so my feedback is that like you are a good speaker. Now you can speak to anyone without any kind of hesitation. The only problem I can see is with little bit your pronunciation. Sometimes you are not pronouncing few words correctly, so you should focus on that. Second thing is, yeah, you should work on your vocabulary as well. Like if I say like you're talking to me, I also speak very basic English, so I am okay with that. So if you are okay with that, that's not an issue. But yes, pronunciation should be focused. Otherwise, I think, sir, you are already fluent. You are speaking very well. I feel that you are intermediate level person now. You are not a beginner anymore. You are speaking so well just within 3 months. It's amazing.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for appreciation. Actually, ma'am, I want to improve this my field. This my actually you are a advocate, so I know very well this thing. We have different terminology. So first I want to improve myself at least beginner level. After that, this is my plan. Definitely, I will go with my law terminology because this is my this is our need, and
Yes.
I also want to improve myself in my uh, police
But
department because I think this will be very fruitful to me or my police department because when we introduce myself or when we represent my department in court or in district court or high court, even uh, in district court everyone use Hindi language, but
yes,
whenever I have to go in high court, that
I
time
could.
I feel very nervous, and that time I have no skill or no buzz to express myself whatever I want to convey to high court judges. So definitely, ma'am, I will follow your advice, and definitely, ma'am, I will try to do my
One
level
thing
best.
I would also like to mention here, as you are also in requirement of using this language, because advocates' language are little bit different with the normal language. We are using some different kinds of words, which is basically the people use in writing, not in speaking. But when you see any argument of high court, supreme court, you will see that even judges and the advocates, they are using some high level of English, and it's not even easily understandable by the other person. So how you can do it? I did it in my past. In Google, you can just type simply basic common words used in law profession. You will get a list of those words, and you can try to learn one word, two words daily, and try to inculcate those words in your day to day conversation when you are having with any. If you're having conversation with a tutor or a great speaker or a YouTuber, you can use those words, and slowly, gradually, you will see the change. So this is what I did when I was studying law, or when I worked in district court for a few months. So I had faced this argument scene, and I used to speak in front of the judge. So that time I also felt importance of these kinds of words. So we should use these words to make a presentation better. So you can do that.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely, I agree. Completely agree with you. And thank you, ma'am, for again. Thank you, ma'am, giving me this great opportunity.
And thank you
Because
so much for being here on my channel. I would love to connect with you again in future as well. And yeah, that's it for
yes,
my
ma'am.
end. Thank you so much.
Definitely, after I will connect with you after some progress, because I think this is the good way to learn or good way to improve any skills.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Thank you. It was very nice and fruitful conversation for me, ma'am.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.